Hello, all you Link to the Past Randomizer fans out there. Welcome to the SpeedGaming presentation of the Link to the Past Randomizer Open League. We've got a match for you this evening featuring the Longshots Dr. Earworm versus Relegation Chest Boots Tiverius. I am Mind DM. I'm going to be joined on the call tonight by a teammate of Dr. Earworm's, Tyler Salt. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. What's up, nerds? Always fun to do commentary for my good buddy Dr. Earworm, for any of my teammates. I will try to not be a complete nuisance tonight. But we're excited. I'm sitting out this week for Influkeys. I get to watch this week. But I'm quite confident in Doc. Happy birthday, Doc. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, but Ty's no slouch. Absolutely, he can beat anybody on any given day. So we're gonna hopefully have a great race here.
I've been saying for a couple of weeks now that Relegation Chest Boots has maybe been underperforming at least my expectations of them in the early going. I really am looking for this team to make me look better by ripping off a string of wins here sooner or later. Maybe that starts this week, but the Longshots, definitely a lot of people's favorite to take home this division. I've chatted with quite a number of people, and it seems to be, at least amongst the people that I've talked to, that the Longshots certainly, maybe not heavily favored. There are a lot of really strong teams in this division. This division is monstrous, Tyler.
Yeah, and we've already split 2 weeks, so you know, and we're off. Both runners starting off in Link's house with a pod small, or pod small there. We've got Arya tracking. Thank you, Arya. Always appreciate you. Doc right off the bat with the miss flute. Really good. Great start. Hopefully he doesn't get too tilted from that. Rush pod. Okay.
That's probably actually Rush Pyramid Ledge, only because he knows you're on commentary.
Wow.
It was a Flute 5 early just to make your life a little more miserable on a Tuesday evening. I know how Doc is.
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Ooh, the Thieves Town small key. Everyone's favorite small key.
That's a key that already came into play in a race earlier today. I don't expect we'll see anything there this seed.
Oh wow, Ty headed straight up Death Mountain. This is interesting.
This is bold, is what this is.
Yeah, a little surprised by this. This is, I assume he's going for Super Bunny here. But yeah, there are much more dense locations that you can get to right off the bat in Influkeys, which is again inverted start. With a flute that is already activated for you at the start, and full key sanity, 7/7 defeat cannon. There's some overworld changes of the geometry of the world that are necessary to make inverted work. Ty playing. Oh no!
Classic dances with Lionels, and the Lionels win.
That's unfortunate for Ty. That was a very bold play. To start out headed right up the mountain, and unfortunately not going to get benefit from it. Oh, I love Lamp. Shoutouts to our good friend Scottish Brave, who just raided us a couple minutes ago. She also famously loves Lamp. I don't know what Doc was doing there.
Whose personal situation necessitated her bypassing this league season, which turned, of all people, Structural Mike into a free agent and made one of the most terrifying teams in Invitational League happen. Use code Too Strong, please nerf.
Yeah, Too Strong, please nerf is right. Very scared of that team. Glad that we're not an Invitational. And don't have to face folks like that. I lose to Telethar enough on ladder. Currently brewing our new third member.
Little cash money there from Stumpy is going to allow Tiberius to play the archery game.
Yeah, that's nice for Ty. Doc is gonna do the old school inverted strat when you didn't have a flute and come probably farm some bombs here. Oh, Ty with the 99 showing off on
Solid
Restream.
99 there.
Let's go.
Normally you see that out of runners like Andy and homemade beer. Tiberius says, no, you know what? This is an easy trick. You just move left about a tile and shoot another arrow. It's fine.
Just go left. Just go left and press a button. It's that easy.
It's kind of like hovering. You just press A lot and don't let go of it much. That's the trick in a nutshell.
Press it way more than you let go of it, yeah. We saw Doc take an intentional death there to respawn. Hey, there you go. Some bombs. To respawn those bomb pots. And we're going to fall back into Skullwoods to get the last 3 checks here in the front. Does take a hit from one of those beetles. Has to be a little bit careful here. You don't want to have to go through that left side route again. It's bad enough. Oh. Yeah, Hexodus. Press it a lot and don't let go of it as much. That's what I said. Ty pulled a sword out of Hype Cave that Doc is about to get as well here. Not a whole lot else in Hype Cave, though.
No, not really turning out much there, unfortunately. Not very hype.
Oh, Doc hasn't done Stumpy and Dig Game yet, so we'll do those. And then that one pod key is starting to feel bad. Start burning a hole in my pocket here, I think. Not that I like going to pod ever. Flute makes it a little bit easier, but like, you want ideally more than one small key when you go. But Influ Keys often does not give you that option.
Yeah, and one key for pod is that logical breakpoint where you start getting items, so...
Yeah. So... Hey, you know what, Arya? At least Pyramid Ledge in I will give Inverted this, is that it is faster to get to Pyramid Ledge than it is in non-inverted. Because you can flute to 2. And that's the closest that you can get. So, still pretty good. Doc is not just saving and quitting here. Oh, he's gonna flute, yeah.
Yeah, run out for the flute.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, and Doc didn't have a bomb for brewery here. Nothing mission critical in here, at least. Oh, there's a bow in C-shaped house, though.
Oh,
Doc hasn't done any of these Voot checks yet. He just did the front of Thieves and then left. I think.
You have the activated flute and flute keys. It's easy enough to come back here.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I just didn't notice. Nice 100 rupees from Chest Game before that Quake Medallion.
Tiberius and the Overworld deaths. Name a more early game combination in inverted. My goodness.
What? You know, it's not an inverted seed until you take a really punishing Overworld death. Everything in this mode just hits so hard. Yeah. So I sense the frustration because I've been there as well. Doc headed back into Skullwoods to get the vanilla big key chest. Did not do that earlier with only bombs. I can't say I blame him. Now we've got Bombos, so if we really wanted to use it here, but we're fine. Well, I was about to say I've seen Doc get himself in trouble in this room before. There we go. All right, we're good. Everything's fine.
Trouble in the mummy statue room in Skullwoods? Never.
Oh my god. Doc, please. No. Oh, man. And rewarded with the power glove.
That may be ever so slightly important. He's
we need that.
probably glad that he didn't eat the dirt there.
Yeah. Nice master sword there in the pod shooter chest. With 1 key and the bow, we have 5 checks in logic here. 1 key gets us the arena bridge and the south post basement, and then the bow gets us the 2 on the right side. As Doc makes his way up to see Catfish. Just 10 sticks today. Man, Ty's gonna feel pretty bad when Moon Pearl is in Super Bunny, yeah?
Yeah, and it's starting to look that way a little bit. If it's not here in Pod, we don't have a whole lot of other options.
No Castle Tower small keys yet, which is a little interesting, considering how, like you said, how we're running out of options at this point. So, oh no, there's the Moon Pearl. Okay. And the hammer. Oh, okay. Just go to Pod, I guess.
Sure, just have Light World access, I suppose. That's fine.
Ty, momentarily dumbfounded at what he just found. Has to wait a moment before he was like, yes, I should save and quit here. Ty, however, does not have Light World access yet. Because he doesn't have the glove that's in the Skullwoods Big Key chest. He instead is going to go over here to Pyramid. Did not hear me say that fluting to 2 is faster. Which is probably good, considering he's in the race and shouldn't be watching the restream. So, you know, it's good that he didn't hear me say that. Well, I think Ty's gonna get that glove soon, because that's a fire rod on Pyramid Ledge.
Yeah, that'll get the job done.
Well, thanks, Doc. I appreciate him racing this instead of me. So Doc's going to be ever so slightly in the lead here. Unless Ty goes straight to the big key chest and then doesn't do the front. But yeah, he's going to the front first. So Doc is going to get his Light World access here in Pod. And then go clear the entire Light World Overworld. All in a row. this is one of the things that, like, people say, oh, you get light world unless Doc never checks ledge. Yeah, that's a little scary. But I think he'll get there. He'll get there. I believe. He's just waiting for the mirror so he can do it from Hyrule Castle. I always think it's a little interesting about how runners approach this first trip to the light world in inverted, because there are a lot of ways that you can go, and you want to try to get everything kind of as efficiently as you can. And I feel like people's no two routes from people are really the same. So always interesting to watch.
In general, I feel like you see a lot more starts at the village, and
Yeah.
the first thing that Doc did was not start at the village. So
Yeah. I kind of like this. Like, you're gonna get there pretty soon, you know. I think doing the dam and mini Moldorm Cave at a minimum here, I think is totally fine. It's 7 quick items. You know, and if one of them is a bottle, for instance, you know, that makes your trip into Kakariko a little bit nicer. Doc thinking about Zora money, I think. Tie into the light world at the CAC portal. Not interested in... we don't have a... We haven't gotten a Skullwood Small Key yet. Those are Swamp Small. So Ty, not... nice bits.
yeah, 3 minutes, easy game.
Yeah. Ty opting not to fight Mothula here. You know, 4 hearts, green mail, master sword, not the easiest fight in the world for sure. So maybe discretion is the better part of valor here.
And plus, it could just be a pendant dungeon, in which case you don't ever have to go
Here,
fight them off.
here, have both castle tower keys.
Now the
Right
wheels
next
start
to each
turning
other.
in the brain. Are we or are we not supposed to find some boots very soon and go go kill a wizard?
Oh my god. Ooh, flippers at Ice Rod Cave. That'll save Doc a little bit of time right here. 'Cause I think he was probably going to... He was going to be coming down here to fake flipper anyway, maybe, or at least thinking about it. So now we can real flipper.
Some bombs that Doc doesn't really need.
Look at all these chickens. Oh man, Doc needs mirror shield. It's another good item there. Canis Samaria on our friend Callan under the bridge.
And Doc really likes this portal at 4 start.
I think he's going to escape here. Which is a little unfortunate, considering that we don't have the mirror. Oh, we're checking 5-6 crystals, I guess. TR and Swamp are our 5-6 crystals. We got Pendant Eastern and Crystal Desert also. I really hope the mirror is here in Hyrule Castle. Because otherwise I think that fire rod is going to be sitting on heckin' Pyramid Ledge for a long time for Doc.
It is one of those dangerous spots once you get Light World access. When am I routing this in? How am I routing this in?
Yeah, have we gotten the small key?
For Hyrule Castle, I don't think so.
Because if we got the Hyrule Castle small key, then this is a no-brainer, right? Our tracker Arya says yes, that we do have the Hyrule Castle small key. I guess we're going to find out here in a second. And we do. That makes this a much... I really like this play when you have that early Hyrule Castle small, because you can go all the way up through Sanctuary and then really nicely route in Kakariko in the Lost Woods from there.
Then pick up all of Northern Light World, where otherwise you have to kind of figure out how am I writing
how you're going to get there.
Lost
Yeah,
Woods?
exactly.
How am I getting up to Graveyard Ledge? Things like that. It can be a little tricky, but when you get that Hyrule Castle small key and a relatively early lamp, that kind of shakes out for you.
Arya, but it has a face on it. Doc getting a hidden immunity idol in the Hyrule Castle map chest.
Looks like Tiberius is also going to land on these flippers shortly.
Yeah, and good news for him, he has Zora money. So he can full clear this area. Including, you know, he'll have to swim back from Hobo there a little bit, but okay, everything's fine. But he'll be able. Doc is gonna have to make another trip for. Oh no, the heart refill.
Oh, the
brutal.
punish is real.
We got flippers and we didn't immediately go to Ice Palace. You know I love a silly early nice palace dip. You know I do. I'm gonna do the overworld first. I would like some keys, please. Yeah, good thing that Green Guard in Zelda Cell does a vanilla 1/2 heart of damage regardless of what mail color you're wearing.
It is rather convenient, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a helpful tip that you should tell our third teammate on the Longshots, home_wrecker. Let him know that when you see him. He loves to be reminded of it. Yeah, even on Green Mail. Yeah. Yeah. Now Ice Palace is even better. Would still like a key, I think.
A key, another sword might not be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, but like Hex said in chat there, you know, you got Bombos and, well, Ty doesn't have Bombos. Interestingly enough. Where was Bombos? Front of Skull Woods. Oh, okay. Ty went straight to the back. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Certainly not without a key and without Samaria there. So, Escape gave us some keys. Not a ton else. Give us the Hair, a big key, which is pretty good. Meyer, small key that we didn't really need. So, not a ton of value here, but I think a decent amount of the value of this play is just like we were saying before, right? Just being in the North Light World now, a place that would have been awkward to get to otherwise.
Yeah, you can flute to 3 and get into the portal there and go.
And you get the
north
mids now, so
instead,
it's easier, but yeah.
Still.
Okay, nothing on Zora. Doc not getting punished for that. Ty with 7 hearts, now maybe a little bit more confident in doing that Lionel skip. Not to mention that he can do Castle Tower right here. And in fact, he's saying, heck you, Super Bunny. I'm doing Aga Tower here.
The item's certainly not worth, and here comes the Death Warp.
Oh, that's interesting. Did Ty check Lumberjack? I don't think so.
I don't think he did.
I'd be awfully tempted to just beat Aga there. Like
When the game hands you 2 Castle Tower smalls that early?
Yeah, like especially if I haven't looked at Lumberjack yet, right? Like in Inverted, beating Aga is often just is often like time neutral almost because you save a bunch of time and it's just easier to get around with that Aga portal to the light world is really, really nice. Ty used every heart that he could, but we are here in Super Bunny. That's what matters. What could Ty have had super early? Sankheart, lol.
Humorous, not really helpful.
Ty just gonna do a bunch more mountain stuff. Having already done most of the overworld. I hate going up the mountain in Inverted. I try to avoid it for as long as I can.
And once you get there, you want to just do everything and be done with it.
Yeah, especially if you don't have the mirror, you know. That's real tough. We can get into the front of TR here, likely, but or obviously, but not being able to go to the middle of Death Mountain without that mirror, big disincentive, I think, to go up the mountain. But you know, you do that, and then mirror's just up here, so. Hey, yeah, Trinex is accessible. Not Logic, but we can beat him. Where was that ice rod?
Oh, that's a good question.
Waterfall Fairy. Okay.
Waterfall Fairy. Okay.
Small key to this dungeon. Alright, our GT big key. We need that. Do you keep
Small
going in
keys.
TR here?
Before pulling that second TR key, I would have said no. After pulling it, I think I would have.
Yeah.
But in fairness to me, I'm mildly out of practice right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a tough decision. Wow. Gil with the strong words for Tiberius. Exclamation point, coward. He can come back when he gets a mirror out of Paradox. That's a supportive teammate right there. All right, Doc's got the flute out. And we're checking Agina, I guess.
Yeah, Scout Desert Ledge, get Agina.
Oh, and Checkerboard Cave, of course. Oh, there's a nice hook shot there in Paradox Cave for Tiberius.
Not exactly the promised mirror, but...
No. Still, good item. Now we can beat Tower of Hera. Ty doesn't have the big key that Doc has from Dark Cross, but... think you are supposed to continue into TR there. I probably would have at least checked Chain Chomps. At a minimum. I may... Oh, yeah, there you go. Good job, Ty. At home _ record. Yeah, I think I would have at a minimum checked Chain Chomps. I think I would have been hard-pressed to go farther than that. But it's a tough call. Oh, good. The mushroom. One of the worst items to find. Yeah, one of the worst items to find in inverted. That thing is a pain in the butt.
Not the easiest turn in to make.
Ooh. Okay. I guess you probably have to collect the fairy for that to reset your altitude variable there.
The fairy off of the Kadongo is fine. It would have been the
Oh, is it the one off the mini mold arm?
Yeah, it's a sprite slot thing.
Yeah. There is a bottle upstairs in Tower of Hera. Ice and Thieves Town are also both crystals.
And Skullwoods is in fact dependent.
Yep.
See if Doc has more designs on Turtle Rock here.
Oh, that was pretty close. Oh no!
And he only saved it to have even worse happen.
You got 5 hold for all you hockey fans out there. This is some spooky music. No trouble from the worm on second try. We're rewarded with the magic powder and a green pendant from Tower of Hera.
Now
Doc,
this is interesting because Doc doesn't have the fire
Doc doesn't have the
rod
fire
yet.
rod, yeah. So he's gonna be able to get that other key.
That GT big for a while.
Yeah.
That could be.
He'll get that before TR's a crystal, so He'll
He'll get it
that
before
he goes to
GT.
GT, and that's all
It's
that
more a
matters.
question of how many other places does he wind up looking for it before he comes
I
back
guess
up.
that's
Probably with a
yeah.
mirror and kills
Well,
Trinex and then
once you killing Trinex puts you back out
puts you back at the front.
the front, right? So you just go back in.
So you walk in, exactly.
So there's a TR small over there. That's true. Maybe I'm the one with the copium here. I don't know. Spiral Cave with a tempered sword. Did Ty...
Free sword, just add a whole lot of walking.
Did Ty didn't do Mimic Cave, yeah?
I believe Ty skipped Mimic Cave.
Yeah. Okay, well, there you go.
Never punished. Also known as tactically choosing the right drop down.
Yeah.
Now, it's entirely possible that he decided rather than climbing back up that way that he would go get Hookshot Cave first, since he's got that hookshot now, and then he can just get back into the light world at the TR portal and do the one that he didn't already do. So it's not like he necessarily has to skip it.
That's true. I strongly support both of our runners ignoring the old man, rescuing the old man inadvertent is a trap. I'll be interested to see whether Doc, who I think also did not check lumber, whether Doc is going to do a castle tower climb here. All right, Hookshot Cave with a heart container. Got the big key to Misery Mire. It's a clearable dungeon now. That's it from Hookshot Cave. Still not interested in Mimic Cave.
Maybe thinking I'll have the mirror and I'll get it later with TR Big Chest.
Yeah, I guess so. Because we're off to Juice Town.
Now, Tyler, if you do need a little copium for your team right now, Doc Earworm with that Power of Hair Big Key, Tiberius is never coming back for that. That is a hard last location.
Yeah, yeah. If that's important, then that's a huge break for Doc. All right, Ty is a logic -- not follower here. Gonna do these left side mire checks on one key. This is fine, you know. And it's good because there's a pod big. We might need that. Oh, in fact, we do need that. We have full knowledge now. Our green pendant Hera, pendant Eastern, pendant Swamp, and then our 5/6 is Swamp and Turtle Rock.
Alright, Doc, show us the goods. Not really the goods.
Yeah, so far the extra checks that Ty has done that Doc hasn't have had stuff, and the opposite is not true. The extra stuff that Doc has done that Ty hasn't have all been pieces of heart. So unfortunate if you're a Longshots fan.
Ooh, that's a place for that.
Oh, nice flute. Oh, no, that's not the... No. What were you looking for? We
That
already have the
was
flute.
the-
This is in flute keys.
That was the Tower of Hera small key that
Oh, goodness.
Tiberius just pulled out of terrible chest and
Rip mirror shield. Straight back to Hera. Nice palace? Question mark?
I think you may get nice palace here.
On no keys. All right. I don't hate it. Like I love me some nice palace for sure. Tough to come here with no keys. Just makes checking iced tea a big pain, but that's not too bad. Here comes Vitreous. Looks like Ty is gonna do some slashy with a Cane of Burna. Get some swings in on the big eye too. Oh, there's a Meyer Small for Doc. Nothing on Viddy, but we do get crystal number 1, our first crystal of the seed for either runner in the 42nd minute.
Strangely, not the worst first crystal time of a game that I've called today.
Oh no.
The Joy of Rando, Nossen Tank and Toxic game had a first crystal over the hour mark.
Yikes.
Yeah, that seed had jokes, as they so often do. So what is this for Ty? A small child check, and then what else is over here?
Smiths? Well, no, because we have to start in the Dark World for that. I don't know.
Magic bat?
Magic bat? Yeah. Magic bat.
You got that powder off of Moldworm? Sure. I guess, if you're coming over here anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Ty doesn't know it, but that powder is in logic. How about chain chomps? Doc did chain chomps. Bat does not have our respect today. Now you're talking, Gil. TR big chest. Little bit of a puff party for Doc, but he cleans it up. And we get a crystal, but nothing else out of Ice Palace.
All right, Tyler, where does the
Zora.
seed actually want the runners to go?
I want the runners together to go. Saha Eastern. It's the only place that we haven't been.
Yeah. And with no Eastern Palace big key, you just keep dodging it till you can't anymore.
Yeah. Not going to get his ice rod here from Waterfall Fairy, but is going to give a little time to Ty, a little time back to Ty here doing Zora. Smith Chain, yeah. Why not Swamp? Because we don't have a mirror. Kind of need a mirror to do Swamp. Ty giving some of it right back, doing Hyrule Castle, though. Getting the Harabig here might push Ty up to the... probably not. What am I saying? Ty is going to go from here to a mushroom turn-in. I think. Which is interesting. There's that ice small. That I'm sure Doc hoped that he had a couple minutes ago. Doc coming back up Death Mountain for Hookshot Cave. Doc still no interest in going into Castle Tower. That was a small key on Mushroom? What was that key?
Desert Palace, I believe.
Oh, interesting. Well, that's a little bit of a spicy key.
It's fine insofar as the fact that you can't enter Desert Palace and invert it without the book.
That's true. All right, Ty is going to be our first runner over here to the Saha Eastern area, which I think has got to be the answer at this point. So Ty continuing. Very strong start here in this seed. Oh, now we're going to Aga. Neither runner has done Spike Cave, yeah?
No spike caves yet. I know we were talking earlier about the old man rescue being a trap and inverted, but it is a check that our runners still have on the table, logically speaking.
Yeah. Ty picking up TR3 from Saha. Which puts Laser Bridge in logic from the front, so.
All of a sudden, that probably looks a little more tempting, but still, Ice Palace, Crystal Dungeon, you know you have to beat it eventually anyway. 7 items when you don't have the big key. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Go ahead and see if you can't pull that last hierarchy, especially when you've already got all the rest of the things that you need to beat it.
Yeah. He's got to get to Pyramid Ledge first. And unfortunately, this is not going to bring him there in inverted. So we just got to flute to 2 and suck it up, buddy. Stop taking my advice, please. Nice pot throwing there. Hitting the guard there with both of them, not accidentally hitting the guy who walked across the front there, which I do every time. Ty bought a green potion, I think. So
He did.
Yeah. The fact that he used up a fair bit of magic there on that icebreaker is not going to be a problem. Still need the hammer out there, buddy.
And we do have Doc Earworm fighting Wizard here.
Yeah, I mean, I like this choice. I think I'm a little surprised neither of them has been to LJ, has been to Lumberjack, considering, I mean, like, I know we don't have the boots, but, like, considering that we have Lamp, both Castle Tower smalls, right? Like, oh, yeah, Battle on the Bridge, Battle on the Big Bridge, Final Fantasy V.
I don't think Tiberius was intending to drop down there.
Oh, did he miss free Zor chest?
No, I think he was going to bomb jump afterwards, and then just kind of fell into the pit because he had bombs out for some reason.
Yeah, but he doesn't. I think maybe he was looking at the bomb jump, but then noticed that he doesn't have a small key.
Doesn't have a
and
small
so,
key. Yeah.
Couldn't go to Icy that way anyway.
So he may have intentionally jumped into the pit. It's entirely
Doc,
possible.
please flute to 2. He's gonna flute to. He's going to Meyer. Yeah, first go to Meyer. This makes sense. This is what you should do. In Doc's situation, but it's not necessarily what he needs to do. The very fortunate full magic drop there. It's going to help his resources issue significantly here on Cold Stare.
Particularly since he hasn't been into the front of Hyrule Castle and does not have that Bombos medallion.
Yeah.
No magic savings for the start of the Cold Stare fight for you. You get to do it the old-fashioned way.
Why did you ag a 1 if he isn't going straight to Lumberjack? Because he was in the area, and we don't have the boots anyway. So, regardless of what it is, we can't get it right now. So, but he did ag a 1 right then because he was right next to it, and because we had those Castle Tower keys for so long. So, and hadn't done the checks there either. And plus, it inverted, I think, an unnecessary Aga climb. Like I was saying, like having that Aga portal in inverted is often really nice.
Ty making believe like he didn't have those puffs get away from him. They just happened to recongregate in that corner around the time that he killed them.
Got one singular heart beep there from Doc. Ty still not interested in pod. I check the bomb shop here.
This is one of those things that Doc Earworm has done already, so it's time that Ty is going to finally give back to him.
Yeah. Yeah, Gil, I'm a little surprised that Ty is doing this over.
Alright, Doc, get your 20 bucks. It's not the red thing that's supposed to come out of that chest normally, but you'll live with it.
Did we lose comms? I don't think so. Okay.
I sure hope not.
Yeah. Yeah, La Mulana sure has an absolute banger of a soundtrack. This is that. Luckily, we do have the green guard, you know, but that's a lot of hearts.
And now the green guard is going to put in work. Meanwhile, Doc is going to get into Vitreous here and probably do a little spinning and then a little arrow shooting. Should be fine.
Yeah, Doc gonna have a little bit of a faster Vidi fight than Ty there. Dark Cross doesn't exist, just save and quit. I mean, yeah, I think about that. Ty is gonna head in here and get his Tower of Hera big key from Dark Cross. Doc's Vidi fight barely slower than Ty's Death Warp. All right, Doc now over here to the eastern and Saha area.
You know, it's a good thing that the hero doesn't spend all of that time exploding when he dies.
Yes. Yeah, this would be a longer game. Okay, Ty back up the mountain. This might be the TR play that that chat has been waiting for. Yeah, so now the question now is, right, is the answer TR/Spike Cave up here, or is it just sitting over here in Pendant Eastern? Looks like this is gonna come up on one of those pivotal moments, you know? It's what we in the biz like to call a pivotal moment.
Okay, starting off with the 100 rupee chest. And seems to have fallen on hard times.
Man, inflation is tough.
Hard container and chomps, not really anything that's going to swing this one way or another. Map chest, small key, pod.
2 keys doesn't do anything for us in pod, but it's a little surprising that we've only got 2 keys. Ty successfully does not open the lava chest door. Oh, there is the big key to Skullwoods.
Okay,
in
a
Eastern
fetch
Palace.
quest to be named later. In the compass chest. This room has been an exercise in I'm not entirely sure what, but Tiberius has eventually gotten through it. An exercise in things that you cannot say on SpeedGaming.
Doc really needs something here. Nope.
Pinstick big chest, compass vanilla big key location, Eastern Palace without the big key, not the answer.
Okay. Doc. Oh, no. Doc. I thought Doc had fluted to 2. This is Smith Chain, looks like. This is Doc's out. I think. Like, I think if there's nothing on Smith game here, Doc is gonna have a real tough time. Like, if the answer is just on Laser Bridge here. Yeah, frog hype. Frog Bros. Piece of heart. 3 bombs. The compass to GT. $50. That is not the answer. Trinex might still have something, but it is not in logic without all 4 small keys. Not the next answer, at the very least, because Moth is... Speaking of small keys, there's one to Turtle Rock for Doc. So now Doc has 3 TR smalls of his own.
That could make Lava Chest a really dangerous location for Tiberius.
Yeah, it sure could. That is a spicy key. My pulse probably went up just like 10 beats a minute right there. Doc, please. I can't believe I'm saying this. Doc, please go to Pyramid Ledge. Please. Damn it. There are the boots on Trinex.
Illogical boots. We know how to put them in logic, but the runners don't. And it looks like Tiberius is going to go and finish up the rest of Hera while he's up here. It makes sense. It's kind of terrible to get to an inverted. You're up here right now. If not now, the time is never.
I might have chosen never, but it's fine.
I might have also chosen never, but then every time I make a choice in Key Sanity, I get punished, so...
Yeah, right? Yeah, nobody has checked LJ yet. Doc has done Aga 1.
But will not be receiving the boots on this trip.
No, that's so bad for Doc.
Like, if they had been on Laser Bridge, it could have at least kind of worked out in his favor to an extent, assuming that the mirror is going to appear someday.
And he's not going to be able to check Lava Chest here, because he doesn't know that the 4th key is over here on the right side. Does not look good for Homestar Runner.
And now we have Tiberius just trying to do emotional damage to your other teammate.
Oh, Ty needed to go to the bathroom. That's why he's doing this.
It's the classic Tiberius. I'm using a tile room as a way to run to the restroom really quick. A very common move if you have watched the Tiberius 37 stream.
Just asserting dominance.
Nice,
well, that's not gonna
I don't think
hurt
that's
Doc
gonna
if he doesn't
change
go
anything.
there. Yeah.
If it had been the Ice Palace, big, maybe, but yeah, that small key is not going to do anybody any favors. Not at this late date.
Nope. All right, this is the Smiths for Ty. Oh, Doc, we haven't seen hammer pegs yet, right?
I could have. sworn
I don't
Doc
know.
did this, but I
Maybe.
maybe seed bleeding from an earlier
Yeah.
seed. It's funny, I do that way more when... Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that... Yeah, I think this is new. That is the big key to Thieves Town.
Right under the doormat. Easy game.
Rip Senior Frog. No, we're turning him in first.
Maybe turn him in first, do your Light World bonk checks since you pulled those boots, and
Yeah.
then you're on a save and quit anyway, and you can go back and do Thieves Town.
Even if Doc were to get the Fire Rod right now, I feel like he'd be hard-pressed to... Oh, you're right. This is not entrance. This isn't entrance. So we can't take the Smith anywhere interesting. Right.
And Ty sees that key and says, uh-oh, there's my logic. But I left something behind, and I'm never going back.
All right, here's Lumberjack.
I was halfway up Aga Tower 20 minutes ago, and I chose not to complete it. Let's see if I get punished.
That's a small key. That...
It's probably pod.
Probably
at this
pod.
Point. We're missing
Yeah.
so many pod smalls.
Yeah, pod or GT. There goes another out for Dr. Earworm, unfortunately. Extremely quickly running out of opportunities to turn this around.
Rupees and bonk rocks. And the thing is, now without those boots, Doc is going to do slow hammer pegs, which is not that much worse, but then
Yeah.
he's going to walk through Thieves Town. Oh, good butter sword.
Yep, and every piece of progression that he finds now, and he's gonna do Thieves Town into and Ty. We're gonna see just how much faster Ty is gonna be able to do this with those boots. Every piece of progression that Doc gets from now on takes him farther away from the Fire Rod and thus farther away from the boots. We already have the Thieves Town small top file. Nice Hellway dash there from Ty.
A little high five here. Because those are fun. not really much coming out of the back of Thieves Town yet. Let's see, big chest. Big chests are where you're supposed to go to get progression items, right?
Supposed to.
time.
You're gonna see, yeah, you're gonna see Doc do that big chest first. Doc really hates the dash, that conveyor dash, or that conveyor room at all, boots or no. And so you'll often see him do the big chest first.
Thieves Town just not answering the questions we have.
Yeah, purple chest maybe. That said, Doc, I think kept up pace there.
He really did.
In that Thieves Town, despite not having the boots. Does not appear to have lost very much time at all, which is pretty impressive. Oh, here's Skullwood's big chest here all of the front of Skullwood's. Oh, Ty doesn't have the Skullwood's big key, right? Because that was in Eastern.
Yeah. Yep.
Doc, on the other hand, is gonna be our first runner to do purple chest. Oh, Doc is taking the purple chest to the Skullwood's big chest.
Okay. I don't see a reason why not. Ty with the bird dodge. Good job. This doesn't help you, Ty. The correct answer.
Yeah, you want to flute to 6 there, yeah.
And if you were going to go to this portal, which you shouldn't, but
fluted
assuming that you didn't have the mitts, you could flute it to 4. He's struggling to give Doc enough time here, but I don't know that it's going to be enough. That the fire rod placement is just too strong in this one. I like how they managed to turn those in simultaneously. That worked out.
Yeah,
really
that's pretty good. Ty is going to come over here to do Agina and Checkerboard Cave, which he hasn't done. Doc is running out of places that aren't Pyramid Ledge at this point, at this rate. And that's where he's going. Maybe he's going back into pod.
Could be more pod.
No, he's going to Pyramid Ledge, and he doesn't know that fluting to 2 is faster. But at least we're going. We're on the way. Unfortunately, I think it might be too little too late here. No, if Doc's gonna struggle in his seat, I want him to struggle with it because of something that I told him to do. Because at least he's listening to me. It's fine. Everything is fine. Tiberius may be headed into Eastern Palace. Oh, the old man.
Oh, hey, the complete trap check.
Any vanilla mirrors out there?
Yeah, show me vanilla mirror video game, please.
Come on,
I
video game.
beg of you.
You can do it.
And the thing is, because we don't have the mirror and we don't have Light World access,
Yeah, we got to do this the Omega cursed way, yeah.
Yes, the extremely long slog way. Tiberius gets that second pod small and says, really, only 2 pod smalls have been playing this game forever?
That's pretty surprising.
It's stunning to me that we only have 2 pod smalls at this late date. Okay, old man, finally, Vanilla Mirror, show me! No.
Game's trying to kill me. And we're not going to TR? Buddy. Okay. Why didn't we just save and quit to the mountain then? No. We're fluting away. Doc, what are we doing? Oh, he's going to Moth.
Yeah?
Wants the mirror before he goes to TR. Provided he finds it in short order.
And it has to be out here somewhere because Swamp Palace is a crystal dungeon.
Doc did not steal the Skullwoods key. He still has it here. Yeah, so Moth is several keys out of logic. The bridge chest is not. And this is where Ty is headed to. At least to the big chest. The shovel. The shovel.
Okay, sure.
And Doc is bailing. I think that's a decent gamble. Man. I don't know. I might have done that, but we're headed to TR now. So Tiberius did not get the shovel. Ty is going to pod
on an illogical key count. I hate everything right now, Tyler. This is a terrible
seed. This is terrible. I'm so glad that Doc is playing this and not me. If only that had worked in our favor vis-a-vis that fire rod on Pyramid Ledge. But yeah, this is a slog here.
This is one of my favorite modes in Rando, period. Just full stop, one of my favorites. And wow, this is bad.
Yeah, I might have gotten the shovel there. I think you do the shovel there before coming up here. If you went there anyway, you know. So
going to the back of Skull Woods when you were that late to the fire rod, I feel like you're trying to play to what you feel like an out of yours might be, and not following up on the continued nature of that. It seems like a mistake, honestly.
Yeah. But like, listen, like sometimes, and like Doc and I have talked about this a lot, right? It's like you are not always thinking perfectly rationally when you play this game, right? Like,
in fact, more often than not, you're probably not.
you know, Doc and I both struggle with working memory problems, you know, for one thing, and there's a lot to keep track of in this game, and so it's like, you know, you're not always going to make the best decision every time, and that's fine.
See, and I wouldn't even say that I would necessarily think, oh, I'm playing to my out here. It's, oh, I got a shiny fetch quest off of the check that I just did. Maybe I should do that next.
Ooh, Tiberius is scumming that pod small key. Considering there was absolutely nothing there.
Yeah, he found absolutely nothing behind it. I really don't hate that play. That's
Yeah, that's actually pretty
right
heads
there.
up. Yeah.
We were just talking about people not thinking through necessarily things, and there was Tiberius with the obvious counter example of,
Yeah.
I found absolutely nothing in all of the checks that I made behind this pod small. I'd prefer to still have the key.
Yeah.
All right, lava chest. This is a very dangerous spot.
Doc,
for
you need to. Oh, Doc already stole the key. Right.
But it's just cash money.
What are we missing?
Whatever's on the shovel.
Shovel? Does it have to be shovel?
I mean, we can't get
Does
into
Doc
desert,
need the?
so it's...
Doc doesn't need the pokey key, right?
I don't think so. He's got a key, and he should be able to go all the way.
Oh, Doc went all the way to Laser Bridge. Okay, Doc went all the way to Laser Bridge.
Yeah, he went all the way.
Right. Okay. All right. Whew.
He's got one key in inventory, and he just needs to go to Trinex. That should be fine.
Okay.
But yeah, we can't get into desert. We've seen everything in Eastern that we can do without a big key. Tiberius just showed us a whole slew of illogical pod that doesn't actually do us any good. With no mirror, we're not going into swamp for those 10 checks. And Mothiel is out of logic because we don't have nearly enough small keys. So yeah, that shovel looms large at the moment, Tyler.
It sure does. That small key, the small key that's on Lumberjack, it can't possibly put anything new in logic right now. So nobody has done Spike Cave yet. Ty going back for lava chest here?
He's in the light world. It's not going to do him much good if he is.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we have no mirror. I don't know where. Oh, Ty never did Mimic
I don't
Cave.
think he never did Mimic Cave. Yeah, he's going back for the one-off that he left behind. Thinking that maybe he could do it later with a mirror and checking the TR Big Chest. And well, he checked the TR Big Chest quite a while ago now. So this is going to put the Trinex kill on the board for Doc Earworm.
And get him his boots.
Which will give him a couple of checks that Tiberius has shown us that don't really do much, but at least he can finally go fast.
And at this point, like, these guys... Or it's cave. Those shovel or spike cave, I think, are the only two things that we have left in logic.
Kind of revolting options, but here we are.
Doc is going into the light world.
Okay.
Oh, he's going back for Hera Basement.
Oh.
Oh, I
okay.
hate this.
And it was not Spike Cave. That was $20.
At Homewrecker, I guess.
Ooh, and all of a sudden Tiberia is falling into the Influki's trap of ever starting at Dark Sank.
Start there once.
No, never. There's nothing there. Well, that's not strictly true. Technically, there's a health refill there.
Yeah.
If you're planning to do an out of logic Mothula here, I guess I still hate it though.
Oh, hey, Hera Basement. Good to see you in chat. The shovel. And anything, and like the lumberjack key doesn't put anything in logic. It is, I think, literally just the shovel at this point. All right, Doc. Shovel is right here. Okay, Ty is going back for Pendant Moth. Which is pretty far out of logic.
At this point, I wonder if he's thinking, I'm going to try and short-circuit whatever nonsense is going to give me access to desert or swamp, but not the other, and give me a couple of Skullwood Smalls to put them off in logic for the book or the mirror that lets me get into the other one.
I understand not wanting to isolate Moth, but we're 3 small keys out of logic. 3.
Doc, meanwhile, is going to pick up these bonk checks, which I don't recall having anything particularly interesting in them.
No. Like, all 3 of these Skullwood small keys could be in GT.
It's entirely possible. Oh, good, the missing medallion that we absolutely don't need.
This has got to be a pod small, right?
This has to be a pod small.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, Doc, please do not go to pod. Please check the shovel. My guy. No, no, Doc, no. Oh my God. He doesn't know that it's the last location and the answer. You know, like, he can't know that.
Alright, Ty, what's here? Eastern Palace Big Key? Book? Mirror? Mirror. Which gives him access to all of Swamp Palace to dig out a book and an Eastern Palace Big Key. But the truth is, we're probably just going to find all the rest of the pod smalls in here, right?
Yeah, probably.
And then the answer is actually just in vanilla big key location.
Yeah. Doc is gonna save that small key. Maybe go ahead and beat Helma while he's here. He is gonna beat Helma here.
It's entirely reasonable. You do kind of want to put the dungeon on the board, and you hope maybe the rest of the logic doesn't force me to come back here. Not a whole lot of answers coming out of Swamp Palace just yet, surprising. I figured at least we were going to have seen a pod key or two by now.
Yeah. I think Ty will probably... Ty, at this point, Ty will definitely go back in to do LSS, right?
I don't think he has a choice.
Yeah. Pod key? GT.
Wow.
Yeah, the silvers were in the back of pod that Ty checked and then reset to save a key. Show me the Swamp Palace big key on Helmasaur. This is extreme hopium coming from me. But that's what I've been reduced to.
Good job getting by the Argus.
Podsmall? Yep.
They had to appear eventually, but that doesn't change anything logically, and it's certainly not going to drive Tiberius back to Pod since he's made the 4-key checks illogically already.
There's the book on Helma.
Oh.
So I could see Doc here going and doing the shovel on his way to desert.
That's entirely possible, but is this double pod small on West Side Swamp?
It might be.
Is that what we just...
It might be.
Oh, you video game you. That is terrible.
If Doc does the shovel right here, he's in go mode and can skip all of Swamp. And he is doing it. At 1 hour, 37 minutes, and 51 seconds, Dr. Earworm is our first runner in go mode. Against all odds.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it, and I think we've just gotta see 2 pod smalls come out here.
I don't see what else it could be. Well, 10 arrows, I
Sticks,
guess.
apparently, sure.
Here's a pod small. Yep.
Yep. Doesn't that only get us to 5, though?
Yeah. What else is out there? Is there anything else that's out there? Maybe we find the ice big key somewhere. We've checked everywhere. Oh, this is 100% inventory, not 100% locations.
Mm-hmm.
So there could very easily be a pod small key.
There could
in
be
pod.
a key-locked key in there.
Yeah.
Or it could just be on Big Bomb, which is what.
Or it could be Big
Bomb.
Bomb. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm surprised that diver down worked with how far right that block was. It's like I always say, everybody, just put off Pyramid Ledge for as long as you possibly can. See, there's our last pot small in the Ice Palace Big Chest. Always put off Pyramid Ledge for as long as you can. Even if you last locate something there, it's totally fine.
And that ice big is just going to compound Tiverius's sudden woes as he's going to go and find his logic, or part of it anyway.
Laser Ribbons with a really interesting question in chat. At some point you stop looking for logic, right? I actually disagree a little bit. I think it is more important to pay attention to logic in the endgame. Because it helps you limit down what possibilities are out there. But yeah. Oh, Eastern Palace Big Key in the Ice Big Chest? Oh, man. You can't stop looking for logic if you never started. That's a good point. Doc probably feeling pretty anxious now, as you can probably guess from those frustration slashes. Doc, if you're watching this back, I just want to you to know that I never doubted you for a second. Not for one moment. It may have sounded like I did, but I didn't. I wasn't doing that. And there is pod 6.
It's Tiverius's pod 5, but if he's been tracking the logic thoroughly enough, he's got to know the other one is out there in basically the lumberjack tree.
Yes, yeah, Pants, absolutely. The Longshots are like my beloved Washington Commanders. Nothing but love and anxiety. Listen, Ruby, from your fingers to Blackjack and Hookshot's eyes. That's all I've got to say.
A team that started each of the past 2 seasons 5-1.
Who is the Jaden Daniels of the Longshots? Oh God, it's obviously Homewrecker.
Tiberius, now having this plethora of pod smalls, is going to go back and retrieve his silvers. But Doc Earworm, with the first wizard down, able to save and quit to the top of Hyrule Castle and begin to
There
climb.
you go. Fancy tech right there. Oh, Ty went back. Ty had to come back here anyway to do Harmless Hellway, so decided to get the silver arrows. Smart. Let me give you a window into Dr. Earworm's mind. Doc's mind at the moment is filled with anxiety and static. I am sure. I don't know actually whether he's a race room watcher during tournament races, but I can tell you he does not feel good about this right now. And is going to be potentially mighty surprised when he opens up that race room and sees that he is going to, in fact, win this race unless something extremely catastrophic happens. But yeah, anxiety and static, no thoughts, head empty, just buttons.
Is starting to run a little low on hit points here.
He's got a blue and a green. How many Ganon falls? Man, I tell you what an emotional whirlwind. Friends out there, if you have never done live commentary for your teammate and best friend in the community, I highly recommend it. It is an experience.
Tiberius taking down Helmasaur King, going to go ahead and snag that book. Still has to go over to Desert, though. And there's Doc Earworm burning that blue potion.
That's fine. We've got Lamp, we got Silvers, we got Gold Sword.
Yeah, it's certainly unlikely to get out of hand. I say unlikely rather than impossible because there was a game last week that I thought was out of all reasonable doubt, and then doubt started creeping in, and then horrible things started happening. The really terrifying part about that particular seed was, and this was in Duality Week, was that it was
Duality Week. That was the terrifying thing.
Kinda, but you don't often see the sub 50 for a duality.
Yikes.
For any side of a duality.
Who was in that race?
This was Third Try Blind, and who was their opponent that week? But it was Sean Rhapsody on Third Try Blind who put up a 43-minute, 42-second ped pull.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I don't think I saw any times that quick out of invitational players, but the seed has a lot to do with that in perfect fairness.
Jesse, under the advice of council, I'm going to have to refuse to answer your question.
I thought we disbanded council.
Different, it's spelled differently, it's fine.
There is Aga2 down for Doc Earworm, having done a little bit of just about everything here.
I love it when you get to play the whole entire video game. Why wouldn't you want to play more of this game?
Tiberius is going to fight the land moles, but Dr. Earworm is going to fight the pig. And the silver sticks begin flying.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Doc, please.
Gives up on the triple in favor of staying on the platform.
Oh my god. All right, get your GGs in chat for Dr. Earworm. Our winner today, with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 50 minutes, and 12 seconds. And Ty is going to forfeit shortly thereafter. Hopefully we can get both of these guys in for an interview.
You get to an hour 50 into a seed, you see that your opponent's done, and you just say, no mas.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I don't need to keep playing. I don't blame him at all.
Hello.
Hello, we are joined by your friends and mine, Dr. Earworm and Tiberius.
I have to say, pulling us in here without warning after a seed like that.
That was kind of dangerous.
If you had caught an F-bomb live on air on SP Prime, I could not have been held responsible.
You know what?
Holy
I thought
crap.
about it. I thought about it as I was doing it, but by then it was too late. So
I think when I finally found my second pod small at like an hour 10,
oh my god.
I'm like, what if something's really stupidly 6 key-locked in pod, but instead of just killing Helma like I should have...
Well, I did the same thing, because what if it was 6 key-locked, right? Like, it turned out to be on Helma, but it could have been anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, technically 6 key-locked.
And like, oh god.
So dumb. Yeah. I'm assuming pod 6 was on Lumberjack.
Yes. That was my, I hate to tell you, Todd, that was my third pod small.
Nope. I got pod 5 out of Ice Big.
Oh god. Oh god.
I just kept chasing things, and I was so late to TR4. By the way, I got the mirror super late.
Yeah, I mean, same.
Cool,
yeah.
Cool. So I'm like, well, if it's lava chest, GG Doc. So I just never went back.
Well, so mirror was actually my go mode.
Oh, nice.
Because I got the book. I figured, like, okay, I only have 3 pod smalls, but I also only have like 3 things left in the game. So they must all be pod smalls. And so I went to pod and got the book and went, oh, okay, so there have to be pod smalls either in or behind swamp. So instead of, inner behind swamp. So I'm not going to desert, because desert's dead now. I'm going to do my 2 overworld checks that I have left, which was shovel, dig spot, and spike cave, because there had to be like either the mirror or something that the mirror was behind at that point had to be there. So, and it was dig spot.
Yeah, no, it was. I felt decent about the first half hour, and then just slowly slipped into a depression for the next hour.
Yeah, it was.
Honestly,
yes.
Let me challenge that narrative a little bit for you, Ty. Ty, you were first to the boots by a pretty big margin.
I believe that.
But you know, the light world went better for you for sure there, Ty. But I guess like it was hard when you started going back. Like every skip that you had made had paid off, right? And then every skip that the Doc had made he got a little punched by, you know. But unfortunately, that book was so gross and that mirror was so bad. You know, it's just like who's gonna find both of those things first.
It was funny. It was fine. I got to show off the 99 back to back on.
That was really strong.
So.
Oh, nice.
For that.
It's the only thing in this game I can do, Doc.
absolute Chad move.
And then there were just 300s aplenty. I'm like, well, whatever.
That is exactly the way all seeds roll. You get access to the archery game. Hey, I need some money. I'm going to do 99 strats on restream. I'm going to show off for chat. What do you do?
Yeah.
Next 5 checks, you're pulling 2 300s guaranteed.
Yeah.
It is all good.
Doc, despite what it might sound like when you watch this back, I never doubted you for a second.
One more time. Sorry, I got distracted because my brain is putty.
Oh, yeah. No, I was saying when you watch this back, I just want you to remember that despite what it sounds like, I never doubted you for a second.
Oh, I mean, that makes one of us. I was
I was trying to give chat a view into your brain. I was like, this is pure static and anxiety here
God.
at like the 140 mark.
Which part specifically? Oh, my execution?
No, just I think I guess I have a question about going to pod and the keys because you have the shovel. And
so I have the shovel.
3 keys. Yeah.
Right. And so my whole thing is like here's what I had left that was in logic. I had the shovel and I had Spike Cave. And there's always a pod small and pod, right? So I was like, okay. One of those is going to be the 4th pod small, which is going to lock the mirror in like Turtle Chest or Dark U Room. For the rest of the pod smalls in
Swamp,
which is why I went to the back first, because I was like, there's definitely a mirror back here. Like it's gotta be, like there's definitely a mirror back here. And then there was nothing, and I went, oh crap, if there's anything in pod, it's 6 key locked. I have screwed up by coming here. And then I beat Helma and went, oh, never mind. There's a mirror in one of the 2 remaining checks and everything else is in Swamp. Like, it's just, so yes, but I felt bad pretty much every step of the way. The only moment where I felt like halfway decent was like Omega Galaxy braining the mirror out of Dig Spot when I had just gotten the book. That was the only thing I felt good about.
Yeah, there was not a whole lot in this seed to feel good about for anybody, really. Like that shovel was so awful. Doc, I thought we agreed that you would be playing this race and not me.
Oh God, yeah. I mean,
it worked out.
Who checks Pyramid Ledge in inverted without the mirror? Like, no, false, bad, wrong.
I routed it correctly.
Wait, so I want to actually know how you did it. Where you did it?
Right after I got my hammer, I just went up through pegs on my way.
Oh man, okay, yeah, that was smart. See, okay, so I remember like years ago, Homemade Beer told me when you're playing Influkeys, as soon as you get the glove, flute to 2 and go to Catfish. Like it's just a free one-off check. And I've never doubted it. But then when you never get the boots and you never get the mirror, like Pyramid Ledge becomes the most painful thing in the world.
You're preaching the choir there.
Yeah.
No,
anyway.
it's tough. Though it's also faster, especially if you don't have the boots. It's faster to flute to 2 in Influkeys to get to Pyramid Ledge.
I realized that when I was like halfway there. Yeah.
That's what I figured. I was like, I'm sure Doc knows that. And it's just like, sometimes your hands take over. Before you pull up the memory.
Yeah.
But a fun race, back and forth. A very fun finish. Thanks to both of you for being on the restream.
Yo, GG's, dude.
No, thanks for doing the restream, man.
our teammates Homewrecker and Nochibato, our teammate Homewrecker, Ty's teammate Nochi are playing when? Saturday morning? Sunday morning?
I think Saturday morning.
No, I think it's Sunday. Isn't it?
It is Saturday.
Oh, it is Saturday? Okay.
Saturday at noon Eastern.
Right. Sweet.
So we'll be looking to that. So thank you everybody. Mindium, thank you for posting that you had signed up for this. I'm glad that that I got to do this with you.
Yeah, this was a fun one. It was nice to get a little throwback to Topsy Turvy Tuesday. That get the old AFG crew back together. Now he runs that Cross Keys event on Mondays instead. But once upon a time, it was a Tuesday evening inverted affair, and this was a Tuesday evening inverted affair. I had a lot of fun calling
Sure
it.
was.
It sure.
Much
Yeah.
emphasis on affair. There was.
Oh
There
my
was
God.
all sorts of unspeakable things going on in this scene.
Those are the words we will use.
Woofa duffa.
No, GG's Doc. Best of luck to you all.
GG's, dude. Yeah, always fun playing with you. All right,
Always
bye.
Bye, friends. Let's see. Coming up.
Half an hour from now on the
Yeah.
ALTTPR League channel, we've got an invitational match between TM32 Godroute and Crystal Roller Crew. That's going to be Leaf versus Zaffikel. It's the
Ooh,
potato
buddy.
salad matchup.
The potato salad matchup. Oh, that's good. That's good. Who do we have on the mic for that?
Ooh,
Jesse
we've got
and
Jesse.
Leo.
Yeah, Jesse and Leo
Oh,
with Ike here
boy.
tracking.
Oh man, that's gonna be a fun one. That's gonna be a fun one for sure.
Yeah, if you need a little more rando league in your life on this Tuesday evening or Wednesday morning, depending on what it is for you, half an hour from now, ALTTPR League's Twitch channel is going to bring that game to you.
Thank you, MindDM. Thank you to Arya, our wonderful tracker, doing a great job. We never found the bug net, Arya. Congratulations. We're had a great time with you. Thanks, chat, for being chat, and we will see you next time.